We have just taken a very large step into unity consciousness. There has been a shift in the frequency of the planet. Today, I could really feel it when I woke today. And so when I was tuning into the topic of today's video, the purple rose in all its shades, violet, lilac, purple, mauve, it appeared and said, unity. I want to bring through a message of unity. And so that's the topic of today's video. I am in the backyard. In fact, this is the first video I have ever created. Oh, an ant just bit me. That's probably why I don't usually sit on the grass. I was about to say the first video I've ever created, actually sitting on grass. But when I looked out at the house, where I'm house sitting at the moment in Melbourne, I looked out and the garden looked so beautiful, and I thought I have to be out there for this video. It felt really important. And so I'm out here amongst nature, so you will hear the birds. I do have my, well, not my black lab, but the black lab I'm caring for right next to me here on the grass. And so receive in all of nature's sounds, the suburban sounds as part of this video, but the purple rose definitely wanted to be outdoors for this message of unity. If you haven't met me before, I'm Jacquelyn Atkins, and I am doing a series called The Rose Garden where I am bringing through messages from different coloured roses. Now, this does not mean that that rose only represents whatever I'm talking about. It's just a message coming through from the frequency of that rose at this time. And so when the purple rose came to me this morning, it was unity. It is time to speak unity. We have passed through a tipping point. We have passed through the extreme of duality, the extreme of polarity. And that tipping point is because there is enough consciousness now on the planet where people are making a choice beyond that polarity. Of course, there will always be some form of duality on the earth plane. That is a part of being physical. And there is duality in nature, but it's the polarity. That's probably more the word that we are moving beyond. It's the polarity of this is right, that is wrong. You know, I was thinking about it earlier today, and I was thinking, you know, we are taught that, we are programmed that at such a young age. We get the tick and the cross at school. This is right. This is in agreement with our programming of you. This is not. Do not go there. Do not pass go. And so we are programmed in that polarity so early on, that right, tick, good, cross, wrong, bad. And so that's our lens on life. That is the way that we look at everything, is through that lens. And for many years, I have used a phrase that's used by Kaypacha, the astrologer, who says, it's not either or, it's both and more. And this portal, this doorway today, is the both and more. This is when we can hold the polarity together and see it for what it is. Observe this side and observe that side, but not be attached to either. Observe them for what they are. And when we observe them, and then we remain in our hearts, remain in the frequency of love, then we find we don't end up stuck, drawn into one side, needing to defend a certain point of view, needing to defend a decision that we've made where we've just hung on to something, and despite evidence to the contrary, we can't let it go because it's such a part of our identity. So we're moving away from that. And it's not even a conscious choice. It is simply that our frequency is changing. And with the shifting of frequency and moving out of the density of the third dimensional frequency, we don't get so pulled into that. We move more into the both and more. And it happens naturally. This is where we are at. And a gateway has opened today very powerfully to enable that energy, that frequency to shift across the planet, to move across the planet, to embrace us on the planet. And in many ways, it's not that you need to do anything as such. However, be the observer. Where is that polarity still showing up in your life? Where are you becoming so, or where have you been so attached to one side of something? And this can play out on all across your life in so many different areas. And simply observe it. Because in the observing of it, it may not mean it pulls you out of it straight away, but as soon as you observe it, you immediately shift your frequency, you immediately move more into this from this. And this is where New Earth lies. This is where the creation of New Earth happens, here. And we are getting closer every day to the full embodiment of that. So I'm going to bring through just a short meditation from the purple rose. Now, as I said, I'm going to call it the purple rose just for ease, but you may see it in various shades. So whatever is coming in for you, that is the perfect frequency for you in this transition to both and more. Okay, so closing your eyes as long as you're somewhere safe that you can close your eyes. And this activation is going to begin in your crown chakra. And as you know, the crown is often associated with violet. And at this level, there is unity, because it's the chakras below that that experience the duality. So there is the unity here. So focus on that crown, on your crown, and see the purple rose in whatever shade is right for you, blossoming open. Holding the frequency of oneness, holding the unity, holding the both and more. And there's an essence from that rose that's dropping down through your chakras. So feel it dropping down to your third eye. And especially to that point where the right hemisphere and the left hemisphere of the brains meet, the bridge. And see that essence of the purple rose dropping down to that point, unifying your right brain and your left brain, bringing them into both and more. And then that essence drops down to your throat, so that the words you speak are said from a place of oneness, from a place of love. And then it drops down to your heart. Again, so that the heart is giving full expression through that oneness. This is the natural home of the heart, the natural way. But when we close aspects of our heart down, we can end up only giving that love through the lens of that polarity. And then there's another drop of the essence, and it moves down to your solar plexus, to your power center, to your will. Imagine harnessing that will, harnessing that power from a place of oneness. This is true empowerment. And then it drops down into your sacral chakra, so that all of your creation comes through from that place of oneness. So all that you are creating comes through from that higher vibrational energy of love that is that oneness. And then the essence of that purple rose drops into your base chakra. When this is in your base, when there is unity in your base, when there is no longer that polarity, this is when you feel secure. This is when you feel safe. This is when you are fully connected with this earth beneath us, the oneness with her. So this drop from the purple rose has brought all of those main chakras into unity, into both and more. This is New Earth. This is a planet created from love. And you will begin to see this around you more and more. Thank you for joining me for this video, joining me in the great outdoors and with all the associated noises with it. So much beauty in this world. And from this place of oneness and unity that the purple rose brings, the message it brings, we become alive with that beauty. We see it wherever we are, in whatever situation we're in. Rose blessings to you.